Hi there! In this lesson, we're going to learn how we use the quantifiers some and any. Now, both some and any are quantifiers and are used with countable and uncountable nouns. We use some and any to refer to a general amount without being specific. The quantity is not little, but it's not a lot. However, their uses are a little different. Let's first take a look at how some is used in sentences. We have some coffee. We have some coffee. I need some pens. I need some pens. In the first sentence, we use some with the uncountable noun coffee, and it generally means that there is more than a little bit of coffee, but not a lot of coffee. Therefore, some refers to a general amount of something rather than a specific amount. So people can interpret the quantity of some slightly differently. In the second sentence, we use some with the plural form of the countable noun pen, pens. And we always have to use some with the plural noun. However, although the use of some means that we need more than one pen, how many some refers to is unclear. We would need to ask the other person how many pens they need to find out the exact number. Here are two more examples. I found some money. I found some money. My brother gave me some shoes. My brother gave me some shoes. So again, we use some with both countable and uncountable nouns. Okay, so let's take a look at how any is used. And we generally use any in negative statements and questions. Here are example sentences. We don't have any coffee. We don't have any coffee. Do you have any pens? Do you have any pens? The first statement is a negative statement, and we've used any with the uncountable noun coffee. Any refers to a small amount or a number of things. So when it's used in negative statements like this, it means that we don't have even a small amount of coffee. In the second statement, we use any in a question statement. And the use of any has a similar meaning to the first sentence. And it asks if the other person has even a small number of pens. And we generally use any with the plural form of the countable noun. Here are two more example sentences. I don't want to drink any wine. I don't want to drink any wine. Do you have any children? Do you have any children? So again, we use any in a negative statement with the uncountable noun wine, and also in a question with a plural noun children. Now, we generally don't use some in negative statements, but there are times when you can use some in questions. When we're offering things to others, or when we're asking for things from others, it's common to use some in these questions. For example, we can say, can I get you some coffee? Can I get you some coffee? Can I borrow some pens? Can I borrow some pens? In the first question, we're offering coffee to someone. And in the second question, we're asking to borrow pens. And in these types of questions, it's common to use some with either countable or uncountable noun. However, we can also ask the same questions using any. And the difference between using some and any in these questions is that when we're using some, we're expecting the other person to say yes to our questions. But when we use any, we're less certain that the other person will say yes. So if we ask the same questions using any, can I get you any coffee? Can I get you any coffee? Can I borrow any pens? Can I borrow any pens? We're less confident that the other person will say yes to our questions. Okay, so that's it for this lesson on using the quantifiers some and any.